GamerCast Network.
Hey. All right. It's a video game show. It's a video game show. It's not a game show about videos. It's a video game show.
Welcome to the GamerCast Network Video Game Show, episode number 97 for Sunday, July 6th, 2008. I'm Chad, and this week for the roll call, Diablo III has been announced, and I'm sure that was probably a game here that most of us were looking forward to being announced. So now that that epic game has been announced, what is your next epic game that you're hoping is announced from a company?
What more do you need besides Diablo 3?
Beyond Diablo 3, it's been announced, so what else are you looking forwards to?
But what else is there? What else could you possibly ask for?
So you're saying that there's no other series out there that you're hoping a new game is made for it? That's it?
Well, once there's Diablo 3, that's all you ever need.
Oh, really? Well, once you have Diablo 3, that's all you're ever going to need. Even though, like 10 minutes ago, you were saying Diablo 2 really could use some new content because we played the hell out of it.
Well, because Diablo 3 will have the new content. So my answer will be Diablo 4.
Oh, God.
Touche.
All right, I'll quit being a douchebag.
Okay, and joining us this evening is Keith.
Diablo 4. World of Diablo Craft.
You know, go to someone else for a minute. I'm thinking.
Okay, fine. Also joining us is Ivan.
I would like Elder Scrolls 5. That would be cool. And I don't know what happened. They lost the license. They did something goofy. But a Lego Spider-Man or Lego Marvel game would be cool.
Good choices. And also joining us is Phil.
I would look forward to a good PC tactical shooter like Raven Shield 2. Not exactly Vegas. I don't like the Vegas setting for a PC shooter. So something new, something fresh.
Raven Shield Orphanage?
Sure.
That's new. That's fresh.
Sweet.
And finally joining us is Keith.
I'm going to say Champions Online.
It's already been announced.
Yes, but I won't believe it until it's actually out.
My answer, I'm sure people could guess this, Wing Commander. There hasn't been a Wing Commander game since Prophecy, and I'm not including that crap EA put out on arcade. It hasn't been a true Wing Commander game since Wing Commander Prophecy. I'd like to see a new one.
This week on the GamerCast Network. On the Sarcastic Gamer PlayStation podcast, the crew will be answering questions from the community. Tune in to find out the truth. The 2.4 firmware for the PlayStation 3 finally arrives, and Chrono Trigger is making a return. Is this video game heaven? Find out on the next Uncle Gamer Radio. Tune in to Gamertag Radio to find out the latest information on all things Xbox. Be sure to check your facts with the post-game report. On Sarcastic Gamer, Rock Band 2 has been announced. Will it rock even harder than the first? And find out what happened to Sony's firmware update. Discover the podcast community that brings you all these great podcasts and more. GamerCastNetwork.com.
Next topic.
So last week, I asked you guys if you're going to go back to Diablo 2.
And we said no. Guess what? We lied.
Well, you usually lie to me anyway, so it doesn't really matter. What prompted you to jump back into Diablo 2? Just the hope of Diablo 3 one day?
Yeah, Chris and I were talking about it at work and made me want to play at least. So we started sending out emails, and lo and behold.
Okay, so now that you've played Titan Quest a lot over the past few months, now you're going back to Diablo. And Titan Quest is really like, I don't know, Diablo 2.5 almost.
Yeah.
Is it harder to go back to Diablo 2?
I wouldn't say it's harder to go back. But as Ivan was saying beforehand, it's still fun and all. It's just like, you've already done this how many times?
Yeah, considering you guys have probably played it into the ground and ground it up and beat it down and whacked it and took a hammer and started whacking it over the head some more.
Jeez.
Well, you guys have played Diablo a lot, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, see.
Yeah, we have.
Although it was funny, we started playing again and we're all like, oh my god, how do you play this game?
It's still a fun game. There's a lot to be said for a game this old that you could still pop in and it's still entertaining in itself.
So now that we've played Diablo 2, here is a question. This kind of started last week, brewing when they announced Diablo 3, and it's really come to a head over the past couple days. People are complaining a lot about Diablo 3. Well, there's a vocal, probably minority complaining about Diablo 3. They are complaining about the way it looks. In fact, they've even started petitions about the graphics of Diablo 3, saying that it is not Diablo. it looks more like influenced by WoW.
See, I don't think that at all.
I don't think so either.
Some of their complaints are it's cartoonish, it has pastel colors, it's too much outside, too many beautiful forests, and they really want the darker gothic. So I guess the question comes down to, from what you've seen of Diablo 3 so far, does it not look like Diablo?
I think it looks like Diablo. I mean, they have all the little moves, all the little animations. It looks very much like Diablo. I don't know what those people are babbling about. But people are going to complain about everything. Everything. I mean, the game has just been announced, and there's like 5 little screenshots, and people are already up in arms, petitioning, and it's just a bit ridiculous.
And you know what? When the game comes out, nobody's going to be complaining because they're all going to be playing it because it's going to be super sweet.
I mean, it's Blizzard. They have pretty much a proven track record that they make sweet games.
One issue that's coming up over and over again I've seen mentioned is that this Diablo is not being made by the same teams that made Diablo 1 and Diablo 2. Those guys went off and made that elegant, quite great game called Hellgate.
But, I mean, there's not a whole lot that they need to create, you know? I mean, they can take what's already been done, and I'm sure the developers who they have now are completely capable of thinking of some new stuff. And I'm sure that the people that they have developing are fans or have been fans of Diablo and have all kinds of ideas of, you know, what would be awesome. I mean, if all of us knew how to do code, I bet we could make a fairly decent Diablo game just because of all the things that we know didn't work before and the things that we would like to see.
It's good to have great ideas, but now all you have to do is know how to program so you can make your own version of Diablo.
That's what you're for, Chad. We give you the ideas and you implement them.
Yes, you know, I can forego sleep. That's fine.
Sleep is overrated, I heard.
Yeah, it is overrated. I mean, how long can the person last without sleep? 8-9 days? Before they go crazy and die?
Yeah, but you're Chad, and you can last longer than that.
We'll send you over some Mana Potion energy drinks.
Oh, there you go. Mana Potion. Yep.
Keith was telling us about them. Apparently some company actually makes an energy drink called Mana Potion or something.
I think we touched on that. Brian tried to order them, and they were out of stock.
So he went to his shopkeeper, and the shopkeeper did not have any mana potions.
Yeah, he taped the button down and just kept buying potions over and over.
He put
again.
a shoe on top of the repeat button.
Next topic.
Ivan, did you play any more A2?
I did.
Would you like to talk for a few minutes here about the Nintendo DS game, Final Fantasy Tactics A2? So, what do you think of it?
It's a lot of fun. Like it a lot. Unfortunately, other games like World of Warcraft and now Diablo haven't been playing it as much as I would like to, but every time I start playing it for a little bit, I get very into it. It's hard to put down.
So, for those who haven't played Final Fantasy Tactics, these are strategy role-playing games?
It's very much like Final Fantasy in the settings and the story. Battles are all played on a battlefield. It's like a chess board game with squares, and your guys can move around on the squares. Tactics comes into play because it actually matters from which direction you attack. You typically do more damage if you attack from behind or from the side as opposed to the front. Some enemies you can't even damage if you attack them straight on.
Beyond the battles, how are the stats, spells, and skills?
Think of it like Final Fantasy whatever, where there's jobs like Black Mage, White Mage, and you can swap in and out of jobs almost whenever you want. You have weapons and equipment that grant you your spells and your skills, and as you use those skills and wear that equipment, you learn the skills so that once you master them, you can swap in different weapons and armor and learn new spells. As you master jobs and skills, you can swap to other jobs and bring what you've learned before with you. So you can be a Black Mage for a long time and learn Thunder, Fire, and Ice, and then switch to a Red Mage.
Oh, so you can be a Black Mage and a White Mage at the same time, nullifying each other and wiping yourself out of existence.
Exactly.
Very good. I always like the fact that they're called jobs. I always get the thought in my head, these guys, these little avatars in the game, are being controlled by you, and they're like, you want me to learn another job? You don't have enough work I do here? Now I gotta learn that? God, Jesus.
That's when you slap them down and say yes.
Yeah, so far, this version is very much like the Final Fantasy Tactics Advance, but there's a lot more jobs. So you have guilds, and you can fill them up with different races and classes.
That's one of the problems I've always had with these kind of games, is that character management becomes a chore at a certain point. Because there are certain missions that would require a specific class, like all archers. So up until that point, you have to make sure your archers are being leveled properly.
Yes, in a way, you're kind of right. No, in a sense that for the most part, you've been playing an archer for a while, and I just take a character and switch them to the archer. If they have the same bow, for the most part, they're going to do the same amount of damage because your character has a level and then your job has a level.
See, overwhelming. Lots of different levels going on at the same time, yeah.
Some people would call it overwhelming. Other people would call it, in-depth. Lots of things to do.
No one calls it fun, though. See? You didn't say fun.
I do.
I know, I'm kidding. I'm giving you a hard time.
Typically, I don't like those kinds of games where you have to manage resources and skills and items and equipment, but something about the Final Fantasy Tactics games just makes it a lot of fun.
That's because it's sending out subliminal messages to you. It's telling you you're going to play this game and you're going to like it.
You are having fun playing this game.
Even though this goes against everything you like and everything that's good in the world, you will keep playing this game.
Even if it's a trick that you're having fun, you still think you're having fun, so it's good enough for me. Ignorance is bliss, baby.
Ignorance is bliss. If you're saying it's a lot like Advance, the original, people are probably going to like this one who played that one.
If you like that one, you'll love this one. This is Final Fantasy Tactics Advance with new content, new jobs, new classes, new races, new quests.
One quick question. In these games, how long does that average battle last?
An average battle can last anywhere from 10 minutes to sometimes half an hour.
Can you save the game while you're playing a battle?
While you're in a battle, you can kind of put it into essentially like a standby mode where it just saves where you're at, and then when you start over, you're back in the battle.
Yeah, that was the only issue I really had with some of those games was the battles would last a long time.
Excellent poop game. The battles do tend to fit themselves nicely to the amount of time it takes you to push fecal matter out of your anus.
And that's a very good ad for the game right there.
Final Fantasy Tactics. It's great for pooping.
Next topic.
Who here likes Mega Man?
I do.
Me.
I did a long time ago.
Did you like Mega Man back in the Nintendo days?
Yeah.
That's when I liked Mega Man.
Quick Man, Metal Man.
So from Capcom here, they are making Mega Man 9 for the WiiWare. And the WiiWare is, of course, the Xbox Live Arcade kind of thing for Nintendo. Here's the thing with Mega Man 9. Here's a screenshot for you guys, and I'll put a link in the show notes.
Classic old Mega Man.
Yes, they are developing it from the point of making it look like an old school Nintendo game, like an old NES game. And apparently also they're basing it on Mega Man 2. So they're removing all of the special moves and all that kind of stuff that came from 3, 4, 5, the later ones. So it's just like the basic Mega Man core game.
Well, then I would like it then, because Mega Man 2 was probably my favorite of all those.
Okay, so now...
Your question you're looking for is anyone bothered by the fact that they're making it old school?
I wouldn't say bothered. I'd say, what do you think of the fact that they're making it look old school?
If it's a marketplace / WiiWare type of release, I wouldn't be bothered by it so much. I mean, as long as it's something like maybe a $10 game.
I was about to say, how much are they going to charge for it?
WiiWare games, I think, have been in the $10 to $15 range so far.
I was about to say, I can't see spending more than $10 for this.
Okay, let me attack this from another point of view right now. So you can't see spending more than $10 for this. Well, back when Mega Man 2 came out, and for all intents and purposes, this is probably Mega Man 2, back then you paid, or your parents or whoever paid, $40, $50 for the game.
Yeah, but newsflash, this isn't 1980. To get 1980 quality, you shouldn't pay 1980 price.
So what you're trying to say here is that because the feature set it has, graphics aside, who cares about the graphics, but just the features and gameplay that they're targeting, which is the old school Mega Man 2, just that nowadays is not worth $40 anymore.
Correct.
No,
I don't think so.
Yeah, you wouldn't pay $30 or $40 to play Street Fighter 2 again, would you?
Exactly. I mean, if they put out a new Nintendo game, would you go pay $40 for it? It's like saying if I make a Zork and it's a sweet game, are people going to go pay $60 for my version of Zork, even if it's a sweet game? Would you pay $60 or $50 for my Zork? Would you pay $50 for my Zork?
Sounds dirty.
Sounds cheap, too. I'm a steal for $50.
No, actually, no. If someone was going to make a text adventure again, no, I probably wouldn't pay full price for it anymore.
Technology has advanced beyond that. Think about the average budget of a video game nowadays. For something that has, a $30 million budget or however much money it is, you're paying $50 or $60 for it.
But now here's the other thing, is people would argue that there's going to come a point where these game budgets can't keep going and higher.
I agree.
So what happens if it ever busts? Not to say the whole industry is going to crash like it did before, but things are scaled back.
If they're scaled back, they're going to charge less. What I think will happen is that people will just learn to make better games with the technology that they have. So the money is going to go further. So while you still may have a $30 million budget and that's not going to go up anymore, people are going to learn to get more out of their $30 million than they have in the past.
Okay, if the budget doesn't change, will you still be able to make that back? It's great that you can make an $80 million game for $30 million, but what if you don't get the $30 million?
Yeah, that's just going to have to be economics, and you're going to have the game be good enough to sell. Just like any game. I mean, to get your money back, the game has to have a big enough interest to sell at least its cost in sales.
And there's your video game economics lesson from
Keith.
Damn straight.
Hi, what's your name again?
You shall call me the Grand Arch Tyrant of the Outer Rim.
I don't want to go near your outer rim.
My Outer Rim is awesome.
It's so flavorful.
Oh, okay.
Next topic.
So do we care that Canadians game in the nude? This was discovered by a survey that Microsoft commissioned for Canada.
New controller attachment fan.
Oh.
Man.
You plug it into the bottom of your Xbox controller and it blows directly on your keeping them cool and not at all moist.
No, this is from a survey where Microsoft asked...
Do your get on sweaty while gaming?
No, they didn't ask that. All they asked...
They should.
Well, here was the question they asked. They asked, where you play your games. Do you play at work, in public, in a bathroom, in a bedroom? And I guess one of the supplementary questions was, do you game in the nude? About 17% of the Canadian men played in the nude.
Right on. It's comfortable. Can't argue that being nude is not comfortable. It's very comfortable.
I guess so, yeah. But what if you got, I don't know...
Bad case of monkey butt.
And do you know what would clear up that monkey butt? A game controller fan pointed directly at your junk. You would just have to lean back and lift your legs up a little, blow that fan right up there. Nice and cool. We got a winner. We got a product here, I think, that we could sell, gentlemen. We just target the nude gaming audience.
I'll put that on my list after I make Diablo 4 or whatever game I'm supposed to make. After I'm done doing that, I'll go start building this for you.
I know you can.
Thank you.
Let me know when we make our millions.
I'll email you from the Jamaican island I bought, okay? How's that sound?
I would at least expect the chauffeur to pick me up and drive me to the airport.
No, I'm going to be on the tropical island and not tell you where I am. It's my money, damn it.
Jesus. Just because you do all the work doesn't mean you get all the credit. I don't know where you think this is.
Next topic.
Okay, we have a lot of mail.
Before you go into mail, though, I know you guys don't care, but some of our listeners might, and I kind of do.
No, they don't care.
All right, mail it is.
No, Ivan.
Nope.
No, Ivan.
Nope.
Ivan, I was kidding. Damn it, I can't make jokes, can I?
I just want to be a part of the show.
Ivan, what do you want?
This week, the new iPhone comes out, and with the iPhone comes iPhone 2.0 software, which in theory will include iPhone games.
Is that going to be a huge thing, iPhone games? I know some people are saying that the iPhone's going to be some kind of DS killer.
No, it's not.
Ivan, you have an iPhone.
I do. Here's my perspective real quick, is I think cell phone games are just utter junk and not even worth paying money for.
That's usually because the interface is crap.
Exactly.
I've tried playing some even just basic crossword games, and it's garbage. I can't stand it.
Right. But it's very convenient because if you're sitting somewhere in a doctor's office or if you're at work and you need to use the restroom, it's nice to have a device on you that you're already carrying so you don't have to carry around your DS everywhere you go because honestly, although it is very portable, how many of us actually carry our DS all day, every day? But cell phones in general are just not conductive for doing it because the interface is...
And overall, the iPhone does have a much nicer user interface.
But I don't find it very convenient to play a game on a phone where you're going to kill your battery, and then when you need your phone, you're pretty much
So I don't necessarily perceive my battery life as far as how good battery life do I get. If I can get through a day beginning to end and not have the phone die on me, that's good enough. Typically, there's many ways to charge the iPhone or any cell phone, either with an electrical outlet or a computer or a cigarette lighter adapter thing for your car. And I just am typically never in one of those places where I don't have one of those three things.
Okay, Ivan, let me paint a little picture for you here. You're playing your little iPhone game, so let's see now. What game would you play on your iPhone?
I'm hoping like crazy that PopCap releases a Peggle version.
Peggle, very good. You're playing Peggle on the iPhone. You're having your fun there at work. You play your Peggle, and your battery goes down a bit. No problem. You figure you go home and, charge it up. But while you're driving home, I don't know, some crazy person starts stalking you in your car and chasing after you.
They have a knife and a head. They're running around behind you saying that they're crazy.
They're crazy, and they're running around behind your car. Even though you're still driving, they're running just as fast as your car.
Okay.
Because they're crazy.
They're crazy. They're crazy.
You're going to have a hard time here because I would then plug it into my cigarette lighter adapter.
You're not thinking straight. You're being chased by a person who's going 40 miles per hour running. You're not thinking. When you see that, you're not going to be saying, "Oh, I should plug my phone in." No, when they catch up to you and cut the wheels on your car with their knife
And shake the head at you.
Yeah, and shake the head at you. Now you got to go on foot, and you're being chased by this person who can run 40 miles per hour, and your battery's dying.
I'm crazy. I can run 40 miles an hour. I have a head and a knife. I'm going to kill you.
Please at least take a picture for us.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm not in the right mind to plug my phone in, I'm not going to be in the right mind to say, I should take a picture of this and send it to Chad, Keith, and Phil.
They just basically want to know what I should put in your epitaph of your tomb when it's all said and done.
Peggle rocks. It was worth it.
Peggle frickin' killed me.
Yeah, see? I got two heads now. See? Yeah. I'm crazy. I'm a necromancer.
The point is that the App Store, as they're calling it, will be released, which will allow applications to be downloaded onto your iPhone, which may include video games.
Next topic.
Mailbag.
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 Mailbag. Mailbag.
Okay. First piece of mail from Dan. On episode 96, you were talking about bugs in the PSP and DS versions of Puzzle Quest. I own the game, which is great, and I have not had any bugs.
You've been lucky. They're there. It's not like they released an update to fix them.
The PSP had the companion bug where in the game, your companions kind of give you bonuses. They won't do that in the PSP version. You don't get those bonuses. In the DS version, I know whenever you play, the first board always looks the same layout.
I will find a screenshot for you, Chad. I know Chris Palladino took a screenshot. It was a weird graphical glitch bug.
I know there are bugs, so even though you've never come across them, they're there.
You calling us liars, Dan? You.
There you go.
There you go. See? There you go.
Next topic.
I think we kind of answered this guy's question, but let's see what you guys think if you have any updates to this. This is from Patriot1030 on the forums. Hey guys, love the show. I had a couple questions about some old favorite games from the show. First, I never played Diablo II and recently have gotten more into PC games. Would it be worth it to buy the battle chest?
He's never played Diablo.
Apparently he's not played Diablo.
Then yes, I'd say it's worth getting.
Totally worth it.
Secondly, I recently saw Hellgate London on sale.
Totally not worth it.
Have the developers fixed the experience at all to warrant a purchase? I recall how much that game let you guys down, which kept me from buying the game.
Don't know, don't care. Totally not worth it.
They have fixed some bugs. Yes, you can play online. Yes, all those bugs were fixed, but
still totally not worth it. Take your $40 that you would spend on Hellgate London and use it to buy Diablo 2. You will be much, much more happy.
The other thing is, there's Titan Quest.
Yes, Titan Quest is also good. If you buy Diablo 2, in my opinion, the only reason you would be disappointed is because of the graphics. If you kind of want the same experience, but with much better graphics, different gameplay, but in some cases better gameplay, Titan Quest is also a good alternative. But Diablo's a classic, so if you do buy Diablo, remember you're buying a classic game, which means not only is the gameplay and the graphics quote-unquote classic, but the experience is also classic.
Next topic.
Now, this one's not very video game related, but since we always talk about comic books, someone's looking for some knowledge.
And they came to us?
Well, here you go. Hi, Video Game Show. I have been listening since your very first episode as the Video Game Show, and over the course of those shows, you have spoken a lot about comics and The Punisher. I was never really into comics, so I wasn't so interested. But then, when I was at my local library, I saw the Punisher War Journal Civil War comic book, and loved it. There was only one problem. I really don't know any of the heroes or villains, so I ask you, what comics are essential to understanding some of the major heroes in the Marvel Universe? Thanks, Toby.
Oh, jeez.
You know what? There are so many. What would honestly be the easiest thing for you to do is if you go to Marvel.com, they have the Marvel Universe where you could just click some of the more prevalent heroes. So you could just click on, say, Spider-Man or Iron Man, and it'll give you his bio with links to all different related characters, both villains and heroes.
People would be screwed if the internet did not exist.
It's true.
Because honestly, back 10, 15 years ago, you wouldn't have been able to find this kind of information out. You'd have to go through all those Who's Who books, which are just basically big encyclopedias of Marvel characters that go out of date so quickly. Although you guys like Marvel, have fun with your crap.
It's superior.
It is superior to DC.
Uh-huh. No, it's not.
It is.
It is in your own little mind.
Nope.
I'll have to get my little necromancer with his knife in his head chasing after you people now, huh?
Next topic.
Can someone do me a favor here? I'm going to send you a link. You need to go to the show notes and read something for me, because this email is directed at me.
I nominate Phil.
Okay, here is some mail in the mailbag from Casey. Chad, you've got to be kidding. Did I hear you say that the G.I. Joe movie was terrible? Did you see it last year or something? The movie was awesome when it came out, and... Hang on, let me start.
Whatever.
The movie was awesome, it came out, blah, blah, blah.
It doesn't matter what he says from that point on, okay? First off, let me lay out my G.I. Joe cred, boy. And I say boy, because you don't know what the you're talking about. I own practically every G.I. Joe vehicle, toy, figure ever made. I even own that damn 7-foot aircraft carrier they made. I own every G.I. Joe comic book. I own every G.I. Joe DVD.
Which movie is he referring to?
He's referring to the animated movie, where they have Cobra La, where they retconned the whole animated universe where Cobra Commander originated with this whole bioengineered race of people from the Antarctic, wherever the hell they started from. It's crap. I'm sorry. It totally goes against what G.I. Joe is. Even back in the day, even when I was 11 years old, sitting there watching this movie, I even knew it was crap then. Because you know what? The first 3 minutes of the movie, pure G.I. Joe bliss. It is everything G.I. Joe. Then they start the movie, and then you got fantasy and all this sci-fi, real over-the-board sci-fi. I know G.I. Joe's kind of sci-fi to begin with, but you know what? They went totally overboard with these creature things, or mutated people and all this crap. No, that's crap. Now I can give a name to it. I didn't know this back then, but it's Starship Troopers for all intents and purposes. Because what they're fighting are these big bugs. And all this crap.
Oy.
You don't do that with G.I. Joe. You don't retcon Cobra Commander to be this guy who got a mutated face and crap. That's why he wears a mask. No, Cobra Commander was a used car salesman who just got pissed off. You don't put a movie out there where it introduces these second-grade Joes of Jinx, Big Lob, which is a basketball G.I. Joe. I mean, what the hell? A basketball G.I. Joe.
Yeah,
that is pretty
doesn't
weak.
sound very heroic.
Now, yeah, they had Tunnel Rat. Tunnel Rat was cool. But you know what? They introduced all these new Joes, which were so weak. They had none of the good Joes. And they had a scene where Snake Eyes was getting punked by some little stupid alien thing. No. The movie, I even knew when I saw it when I was 11, it was crap.
Well, for reference, and he even puts it in his note, this is the same guy who disagreed with us when we said Deadliest Catch was a dumb show.
I can't comment on the show. I never saw it.
It's dumb.
It's dumb.
And that was Video Game Show episode number 97 for Sunday, July 6th, 2008. Any ham sandwiches or Share Dream pies to give to the world?
I honestly don't think I have any.
I have one. Do we all remember Wang Wang?
Yeah.
Yeah. Little Asian.
Filipino. He was a Filipino...
Filipino midget that has a jetpack and can kill samurais.
Yeah, he's like a secret agent or something.
Yeah, he was a Filipino actor who starred in some Filipino B movies. There is a documentary guy, Andrew Levold, who is making a documentary about the Filipino B film industry, and the name of the film is The Search for Wang Wang. So ham sandwich to him for making a whole little documentary about Wang Wang.
Wang Wang.
Oh, I got a Shattered Dream Pie. I can't freaking track my Xbox. All right, I got the packaging. I put it in the box. We've got a UPS box at work. Put it next to the box since it wouldn't fit in the box. And, you know, the office was deserted. So I put it out there and it was definitely picked up, but the tracking was not updated.
It was a holiday weekend.
I mean, still, even though if it gets picked up, it should still get scanned in, right?
Not necessarily. I mean, it may be picked up. It's not going to get scanned in until it's back at the whatever branch.
I'm sure it'll show up tomorrow in the computer system. You didn't get a coffin for your 360, did you?
No, they actually sent me the box.
They sent you a box?
Yeah, they sent me a plain white box with a shipping label, and they even include packing tape.
Why the hell did I not get a box? I just got a label.
Really?
I have no problem. I got tons of boxes, but they said they're not going to give me a box. I just thought that was standard procedure. I guess it isn't. I'm not as important as Phil, obviously.
Who is?
One final ham sandwich over to our friends at the SFX 360, which is a large Xbox 360 gaming community. One whose head members include JVB. They're going to be celebrating their 1-year anniversary soon with a large event down in Miami, Florida. They're going to be holding Halo, Gears of War, Call of Duty tournaments, along with a stage dedicated to Rock Band. And all that's going to be streamed live via Mogulus. This is taking place on July 26th. I'll put some information about all this in the show notes. And this week for the GamerCast Network Friday Night Gaming, they're playing Halo 3 with the free map that Bungie just released over XBL cold storage. Check out the GamerCast Network forums for all the details at gamercastnetwork.com/forums. And as always, send your comments, questions, queries, concerns, or roll call question to the mailbag at mailbag@videogameshow.org, Skype us at videogameshow, or call us at 320-300-GAME. That is a standard long-distance call, and all normal fees apply. And that's a wrap. Good night. Okay, are we all happy, fun, ready to do this?
Sure.
Sure.
Welcome to the Gamer...
Oh.
Ah, Jesus. You couldn't say the no a couple seconds earlier. You broke my concentration here.
The worst thing is I only said no just because everyone else said yes.